really good counter. It easily comes in close with Haunt and brings it down. So I don't know. I think it's a fairly even draft.
And play, so on the side of full Clovers will be Bambo on his Night Stalker, EGM on the tree, and Swift ending on that position once. Then you're going to have Pycat on his signature sniper in the mid lane, Saxa on the Lion and Sind. Hey, give us a quick lowdown on who's playing what over on the side of the Dire for Game 4 here in the Grand Final.
We got AUI on one of his signature supports. He's going to be playing the Skywrath Mage. We got Yawar on the Hard Carry Spectre, Biryu onto Venge, TC onto Brewmaster, and then finally Bulba on the Venomancer. So, yeah, it is a core Veno. I'm imagining they might go aggressive Trialing and safe lane the Ven. I don't know if that's a good idea, though. Aggressive Trialing with Spectre is pretty weak. But it looks like it's the plan so far. Yeah? Are they trying to dodge a lane that they're going to run into? I'm not sure.
It's interesting movement here. We'll see if it kind of maybe is altered after they see what goes down around the rune spot. But yeah, for the time being, it looks to be exactly that way coming out from the side of Digital Chaos. The bounty rune, Swift ending, ready to get in position, already with that point in Stormhammer, ready to fight. It's a kind of on his own. They've got Vengeance Scarf here, waiting on the wings for the backup. If Swift ending goes in and looks for a stun, but yeah, it's going to be DC just letting that one go bottom. They'll just look to focus to get TC and secure on the top of Bambo's going to try and contest, and Bambo, doesn't manage to steal it. TC will be able to claim that one for himself, and it'll be Sniper Pycat getting himself the bottom bounty.
So, as the lanes are shaping out, it's going to be that aggressive Trialing with the Spectre, and they're going against a Sven, Lion, Treant lane. I think I'll favor the Radiant on this one, but there's really good aggressive warding from the Dire, so maybe with the additional intelligence they have in the area, they could win this lane. I think it's going to be close, and in the beginning, Spectre's just shit in lane. It's a very weak laner in comparison to Sven, who obviously has a stun, so I wouldn't be surprised if they just go in on Yawar right now. I think
I was going to say, he's got to be careful.
Yeah.
I guess it is two strong lane supports, but the wombo combo is certainly there for both sides, and with the stuns in mind, the Radiant, and the beefiness as well, with the front lining of the tree and the Sven. But for the time being, our Aoi there, clarity up, and with the Arcane Bolt spam, doing a lot. That'll be a spike coming out into 2. It's going to be very interesting to see how this lane progresses down here at the bottom, between these two sides.
In the mid lane, Sniper versus Brew should be a Sniper-favored lane. Of course, this is one of Pycat's absolute best heroes. Was playing it a lot in the era when it was very good and had some incredible games on it. And the top lane, Night Stalker versus Veno, should be a Veno-favored lane. So I guess the two other lanes have a default win each. I don't see Night Stalker having a chance in this lane. And in mid lane, how does Brew actually beat Sniper? Maybe you could level up. He does have Drunken Haze, and perhaps he can beat Pycat that way. At least for now, he's doing very well in the start here, TC. So maybe I'm just flat out wrong on this one.
Hey, he's certainly doing all right. 6 for 4.
Yeah,
compared to 2 for 2.
Way better than I thought. I mean, Sniper in this lane, I just expect. Here we go. Okay, now he's level 3. You skill Shrapnel, you Shrapnel around the creep wave, and Brew can't farm without taking serious damage. And you just, whenever you can, you plink away at him with Headshot chance. And of course, since Headshot can't miss, even if you're Drunken Hazed, every time you proc Headshot, it will hit.
Ooh, trying to chase down Saxa here. Swift ending with the body blocks, stopping the aggression, and yeah, we'll put the war cry just to get him and the Lion back out to safety. Still a couple of minutes in, even though both sides is aggressively positioned and with the capabilities that they have, yet to find a kill. And it's going to be EGM, in fact, just having kind of a wander around the map at the moment. And Brewmaster with the DD will look to just continue to in quite a good position. Pycat, as you said, after he hit that level, he's closed the gap quite heavily though. 7 for 3 for 9 for 5, so Pycat certainly finding the momentum back in the mid lane.
It's pretty quiet so far. The thing that I think favors the Radiant side, even though their safe lane is not going well, I thought they actually would have the better opportunities here, but I'm surprised they didn't try to play really aggressively on level 1. I know Lion isn't the greatest, but the Leech Seed is an incredible level 1 ability. You have the stun, you have a lot of follow-up damage, and even if you don't get a kill, you at least force out a salve. But they haven't put that much pressure, I feel, in the safe lane, and now, as a result, the early harassment that AUI got in with all the Arcane Bolts is starting to do the same to them, basically. They're losing all their tangos. There's no tangos remaining on Lion, None, and Sven either. And the Spectre, as a result, is also just out-farming them here. So the laning phase is shaping up very well for them as, like I said, Night Stalker should be losing this off lane, but he's actually out-farming Bulba quite a bit. I'm not quite sure how he's winning it this hard, but this can't keep being the situation going onward.
I mean, what's the plan here for the Night Stalker? He doesn't leave the lane at the first night now, does he? Does he have to wait to the second night, really, before being active around the map, or what's the plan for Bambo?
If you get he has a TP already, which I love to see here in the offlane. Like, he knows that if there's any opportunity for an aggressive play, he can come out of nowhere. Like right now, for example, after killing the siege creep in the next wave, he could just pull back for half a second and TP to the bottom lane and wreak havoc down there. He is so much stronger than that aggressive tri lane. Or he could just try for the aggressive play. He's actually surrounded by wards. Oh, okay. There was a way out. Question mark. Now maybe he can't go for that aggressive play anymore. He lost so much health.
I mean, the fact that you were talking about this lane down at the bottom, the fact that the Spectre is pretty much doubling the farm of the Sven. I mean, is there a point where suddenly the Radiant see an opening and can find a killer, or is it just too much in favor of the Dire now that they've found this kind of, you know, these starting blocks that really help them to jump ahead of the Radiant at this point on this lane?
I don't know. I think the Night Stalker has to come down here to help the Sven. If you fall behind very much a Sven against this lineup, you're just going to get controlled. And even if you have good farm, it's still a difficult Sven game. Gale is a 15-second slow. Of course, Brewmaster with Drunken Haze is a problem for you since the vast majority of your damage is based on right clicks. And then you can even split. They're going to use it.
Go for this. I think they'll find. I don't know if the living armor is going to be enough at all. Pycat throws out a shrapnel. And that's going to be your first blood in the mid lane after a very nice rotation from Aoi on the Skywrath. At the same time, though, Bulba will fall as Bambo goes in and finds himself a solo kill onto the Veno. So 1-1 across the map, but first blood being found in the mid lane for the side of BC.
Yeah, very nicely done here by Bambo. He's been playing so well lately in this tournament. Also in other tournaments for 4CL has really stepped up his game. And we're seeing him here winning a one-on-one lane that I feel like on paper he shouldn't be winning pretty convincingly as well. And now with the solo kill, level 7, minute 6, could just go back to base now. And this puts all the lanes under pressure. You don't know where Bambo's going right now. He has an urn. He could almost have treads right now or phase, whatever his boots of choice are. And make some sort of aggressive play.
Well, he's been chased down here. Aoi not looking to commit this time. About the primal split. Really got the killing potential to take down Pycat, and suddenly EGM ends up with a haste rune to the mid lane. Saxa as well with the backup. And they're not going to find anything for the time being. EGM with a very aggressive rat round, closing in on Tabiryu. He's just walking in and out. Can't really find an opening to go, so it's quite hard to jump on someone like the Brew. And there are the Venge and the Skywrath waiting with the defensive plays. But yeah, a lot of focus around this mid lane now, and with Night Stalker being thrown down here as well. 4 heroes being committed by the side of 4 Clovers here. And it might just cost them as well. If they come out on the back, you know, on the wrong end of this isn't going to be great. EGM getting low will go down. Bambo heading to the fight now with the ultimate as well for Sniper. They do find the return kill onto TC. So a favourable trade already for the side of 4 Clovers, and they may just find more. Closing in on Tabiryu. That's going to be the Venge dropping as well. 2 for 1. Only losing
3
EGM
urn
on
charges
the tree.
for Bambo. He's going to find AOI more than likely here. Yeah. Night vision. This is going to be a 3rd kill, probably.
Looks like it as well. That void damage, 335 straight up. Not a lot that Aoi can do to stop that. And as you said, I mean, Bambo, you talked about the fact that he had that TP in. Coming to the mid lane 7 minutes in. Couldn't have been timed any better.
Bottom lane. Even your War has to be careful, because Venge tried for defensive TP mid, and Bambo would have seen that. Yawar's dead too. This is a big series of mistakes from DC right now.
Bambo. I mean,
they're not done yet. He keep going. Oh dear, he has urns for days. Nope. Well, okay. He thinks there's a rotation coming in from the Venge. Very uncharacteristic for Bambo. Actually backs from a dive like that.
Yeah, that was.
This time he was wrong to do it. I think that was definitely a kill. But perhaps he wouldn't have had the mana to TP out, and then, yeah.
3 kills and 2 assists, 8 minutes in. I mean, you talk about the fact that Night Stalker isn't picked up a lot, but when he is, this is exactly how you got to play him, isn't it?
It's a very good game for him, too. When he gets levels early, you're looking at the draft, and there's just so many easy targets. Like, the Dire supports are extremely fragile. Even his opponent in lane, Venno, is naturally fragile, which is why he was able to find a solo kill. And the Crippling Fear later on is going to be great against Brewmaster. Just long-duration silence has really messed with that hero, so... Good stuff so far from Bambo.
Fury tried to wrap around on the mid lane, but did get a little bit too close to the tower, and did hit him, spot him out, so... I'm going to catch out Pycat, and indeed Bambo just popping in the night time, getting himself away from that as they've relocated the Spectre up to this top lane. So realizing the importance of getting farm on your wall, which so far he's starting to fall behind in respect to, you know, Pycat, and of course Swift ending on his Fen, who's now got that mask, and the Venno Bulba trying to do what he can here to make it a hindrance for the Sven. Mid lane, Bambo coming in with the old 1-2, assassinating a Void. We'll finish off the
They could force a split here, maybe, but once again, a little bit.
Oh boy.
Actually, yeah, he's running out of time on Darkness soon, so he doesn't want to overextend.
Is this going to be more here, or can they turn this around? Nope, they're going to lose him. They lose the Venno, another death on the side of DC. A very bold TP in with the living armor. Nicely done there by Swift Ending. Manages to get away as well, scot-free. We're looking at 7 for 2 on the board, 9 minutes in, favouring 4 Clover. And with the lineup they've got as well, it couldn't have been a better start for them at all.
Oh, they're really, really far ahead right now. 10 minutes into 4K gold lead, Experience closing in on the same, and they have a lineup that just doesn't look back in the mid game. Sniper, great at backing up Night Stalker for these easy ganks in mid. Sven is a very explosive carry as well, and you even got an early level 6, or a fairly early level 6 at least, on Sax's Lion, so they can just pair up pretty much any of their 2 heroes and just go and find kills next night, which is, by the way, coming very soon. He has ultimate in 67 seconds, he can use it right away, and then we'll extend into Natural Night. Bambo in a very good position here to just keep creating space, all the space in the world for this Sven, who was, as you remember, behind in lane. Now he's ahead.
And I mean, Bambo at this point as well, with the momentum, does he just go straight for the Aghanims build here, or is there anything else he'll be looking to pick up on the way?
Oh, good dust top from AUI.
Oh,
EGM is fine.
He's got the ult as well. Pycat, Saxo turning up. The Horn's going to come out, but at this point, not going to Saxo actually whipping a finger there onto an illusion. I mean, it doesn't matter. They still get the kill on Owie, but a little bit of a preemptive burst there with the finger.
Yeah, they very quickly just... Yawar realized, okay, this is lost. He haunts and immediately jumps to the illusion. And I think Saxo had a feeling he caught caught the right Spectre with a Nerf Spike there and just went all in. Of course, did already jump away immediately. Good play from Yawar to once again minimize casualties, which the Dire definitely need to do right now. It's only going to get harder. We're approaching nighttime now. I'm imagining Bambo will use ultimate right away now.
There we go. You called it, Sin. Bang on. And let's see what Bambo can do. Is looking around the job. If he can find Jawai, he's going to throw out the dagger already. So he should be fine to get himself across the tree line. Oh, Bambo's going to chase it. Jawai's in a lot of trouble here. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. He's going to look for the straight TP out, and he might just be enough. He will get away. And indeed by the tower, diving deep. Bulba and Owie looking for an aggression of their own. Finding EGM here. Dust has been popped out. They'll find the Treant Man. They do find a kill, so a little bit of favourable action there for the side of DC, but only just, really.
They do lose the top tier 1 tower, though. They don't feel like they're in a position to go out and challenge the map at all right now. Night Stalker is pretty much controlling the entire map by just being off a lane. So they can just go and push whatever they want. They are obviously identifying the position they're in, so you even have Sock. So just look at this, at level 7 line minute 12, solo pushing next to the enemy tier 1 mid. They're not scared of anything.
So you see at the moment 1800 gold closing in on that Blink Dagger. And I mean, yeah, look at Yawar. He's just so pressured. I mean, where does this Spectre go at this point to farm? Or how do they play around this aggression of 4 Clovers?
Dire's structures are fortified.
And Yawar just seems lost at this point. He's coming towards the mid lane, but he just can't come close enough to the creep wave, especially with Bambo getting in between the towers.
Yeah, he's going to be running into the Skywrath now. Oh, actually, who's he going to find? No one for now.
He's going to find Yawar.
Yeah. He did see him. He's going to force out a dagger.
Dire's middle
But this is just so much time that Yawar's spent just falling down the net worth board and the CS because he just can't find any space to do anything. The
He's
rest
dead
of his
now,
team
potentially.
Oh, man.
He's going to get to safety quickly enough, I think.
Has fallen.
He's a dagger again, too. The cooldown on that is only 16, so he's okay. But, see, this is what's really interesting. You have an offlaner on one team doing pretty much, like, Bambo's not farming, but he's shutting down the enemy position 1 by just doing this. At the same time, Sven is farming, Sniper is farming, so their carries are getting really big, and Bambo's just dominating the map. It's worth it. You're seeing it on the graph. Like, this is with a position 3 not farming a single creep, and your team is still gaining about a 300 GPM advantage over the enemy team. Fine. Why not?
Well, you are again. I mean, this is this. Maybe this is Spectre, the space creator. This is the strat. Bulba gets a gale onto Bambo. They're going to need some more backup if they want to try and find a kill on this defense. Burial turn up. Just to try and get the vision there with a wave of terror. Doesn't quite hit 6. Hasn't got that swap.
And they're out again. And he could basically just heal up with this urn, or just with living armor as they're doing right now to keep the urn available. And if they get the jump now, the surprise, they can burst the kill down really quickly. Just look at their warrior.
Oh, you are caught out the finger from Sax. Absolutely massive. Primal Split does come out. See if they can do anything in return. Bambo diving deep, but Aoi and Bulba are there to back up Birion. Bambo in a lot of trouble here. Maybe overstep the mark. They will be able to take him down, so they get the kill onto the Night Stalker. Still with the Primal Split active. Throwing up the sniper, but now TC's been hexed up. Saxa moving in for the stun. Buri and Bobo out there. They want to continue to fight. Maybe Gale onto Swift Ending. And now going forward, TC revealing the blink straight onto Swift Ending. There's a living armor there. Warcry is pot 3 points in as well. There's a lot of armor to eat through, but they're going to try their best. Swift Ending looking for the TP out. Will make it. Nothing to cancel it. But the chase from Yawar, if he can find a kill, this is going to be pretty nice. But the stun's there. EGM and Pycat might just want to turn. Pycat trying to get the peeps in. Turning around a couple of shots. And now with the assassinate, bam! Not quite enough. Yawar still alive with 60 HP. Saxa trying to chase it down at EGM and Pycat moving in, closing forward. This fight hasn't quite ended yet, but it looks like DC want it to. They're trying to get themselves back to base. Saxa coming in from the rounds, but I can't quite find the range for any sort of stun. Bambo now returning to the fight. I mean, just Bambo. Can he go deep here? He's okay. TC's seen him. TC blinks out. And it looks like DC will be able to get themselves safely back to base without too many casualties of that fight.
Yeah, Bambo went so deep there. Of course, he does zone out effectively 2 or 3 heroes, but since Sven is not in the fight until the very end of it, they don't really win much out on advantage in numbers for the remainder of the fight. So, essentially, he just trades his life for Spectre, which isn't really that good when you're this far ahead. I think that's basically a draw, but if it can result in them getting the tier 2 here toward the end of it, probably going to be pretty happy with it after all. And I don't know if DC feel in a position to fight. They don't have Primal Split for another 40, but of course it is daytime now, so that really limits 4CL power.
I do have the Poison Nova available. Swap is now online as well from Biri, but swapping someone in this full 5-man push from 4 Clovers is going to be pretty scary. They're just using the space here, trying to get Yawar something. They've sent him down to the bottom lane, realizing that the full 5-man and 4 Clovers are top. Vector's trying to find something, but he's got to find a lot more really to start to get back on the level of the carry and mid at the side of 4 Clovers at this point.
This will come in handy.
It's not a good Spectre game right now. 16 minutes in, he has really abysmal net worth for this time in the game, so they're going to have to... Basically, the only way I see DC taking control of this game now is getting a really good fight with a Primal Split where Spectre gets 1 or 2 kills, and that it results at some point in a Radiance. I think in a lot of games it can be really good on Spectre to not get Radiance, but instead get something like a Diffusal Manta build or, you know, alternative items that are easier to build up, especially when you're behind. But this game, I don't know if anything else than Radiance is going to cut it. Like, he needs the farming ability of the Radiance to be able to keep up with the rate of the 2 Radiant carries he has to counter on his own, because... Let's look at it here. What else do DC really have going late game? Brewmaster really falls off in the super late game. So does Venomancer. So Spectre has so much work to do, and he's so far behind.
I mean, as well, wondering about the Breeze was the Brew. It looks like he's possibly going for... I mean, does he complete this off into a straight-up Vlads at this point? Is that what he's going for, TC? It looks like it with the Sage's Mask.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
Why is this the build here in this situation?
I think you just go... for a lot of AoE armor. It's also the standard brew build. When you're in the split, you can't use active items, but you can carry auras on the green panda. So the most common build we see on Brewmaster is blink into Vlad's and AC, just to maximize your teamfight output while you can. It's just a standard build, really.
Okay. He wants to try and find something. They're going to try and chase.
Not good.
but it's going to be a hard fight for them to take. I mean, they're speedy guys. Pycat, he's out of there with the living arm as well. They pop the horn. They're insistent on chasing this, but Bambo turning his attention towards Owie. Owie will get swapped back by Buru. They'll get this stun onto Saxa. Now with the clap, Saxa getting low, but the Earth Spike, and now they're turning at the finger as well. TC's going to drop. Saxa's still alive. Will finally drop, but they lose Bulba as well. 4 heroes dying on the side of DC. Yawar will manage to get himself out to the mid. TPs are coming through. They really want to try and fight him. But nonetheless, without the Spectre dying, it's still a 4-for-1 favouring 4 Clovers. And I got to be honest, Sin, DC, they just seem a little bit too desperate to fight then, and they might lose Yawar. Bambo's
on.
He found him.
Oh, this is bad news for Yawar.
Straight in. Yawar into the trees, but the Pycat takes the kill. And what happened there, Cinderin?
They missed their engage. There's not much more to say. They blink, clap, split, and they catch no one. At that point, you back. Like, you're like, it's so difficult to keep your composure there and be like, okay, I messed up, reset, go back, and we lose a tower maybe. But it's the only correct play. He keeps running down. They waste an entire brew split on getting... I don't even know if they got a Cyclone off, because Pycat was super fast. He has Phase Boots and Mask of Madness and just outruns the brew, essentially. Or at least keeps up with his pace, just gets away. Brew split is wasted. They isolate them. They even have the vision advantage with the nighttime Night Stalker ultimate used. That fight was just a wreck from the moment it began. And a more experienced team there will just back, I think. Or not let that happen in the first place. Can't afford to make an engage like that.
Oh, yeah, how's he doing? 500 gold now to the treads. Poor man's Aquila. In terms of net worth difference on there, of course, he's 4,100 in comparison to the 9k on both the Sven and the Sniper. I mean, it's a massive difference between these two respective heroes.
They're gonna need a miracle. It's basically what we're down to now. That's a 14k lead.
Yeah.
And
20 minutes
it's not just the gold. It's like the feeling you have in this game playing a Spectre. Can't do anything.
TC might even need to just primal to save it. He's got the swap from Biri.
Yeah, now Biri's dead.
They try and fight it. I mean, yeah, the peeps and, well, Assassinate to finish off the job and seal the deal. Now the primal split comes out. It might just find
kill. That's a gem.
Scaled up. Oh, he doesn't get out of this. No, I was going to say they did have the Cyclone, of course, to cancel the TP. And EGM is going to pay with his life. The fight may continue, though. Swift ending with a wraparound, blinking in as well, straight onto Bulba. And now he'll continue the fight with the constraint. How he tries to TP out, but a 2 or 3. It's a double kill for Swift ending with 3 swipes to the back of the Skyraft. Bambo continues to chase, and now with a void onto Yawar. Nowhere to run. Stormhammer follows up, and Swift ending with the triple kill. Biryu there in the base. 21 minutes here. We're diving tier 3s. It's Bambo's speciality. Biryu to fall. TC the last one left alive. This will be a buyback from Owie. Assassinate onto TC. It's an ultra kill. Give that man a goddamn rampage. No, Swift ending's got to get himself out now with the buybacks. The venomous scale from Bulba onto 2. Swift ending will fall. It's a double kill for Yawar. Now Bambo retreating out the mid. Looks like he will escape. But 4 Clovers doing what we know them to do the best and just diving the base 21 minutes in. They're just bullying Digital Chaos, but I guess on the plus side, DC did manage to find a couple of kills on the way out, but it was so damn costly, Cinderin.
Yeah, and that stat just speaks for itself there. And in addition to that, he has to buy back here. Yes, he gets a double kill, and the gold streaks look really good, but I think he had reduced gold gain from the buyback, and even then, this is a play they can make once. Like, now there's 2 buybacks on cooldown, and of course, 4 Clovers know it. So if they get one more aggressive play like that, they get a lane of racks. Like, the only reason that 4C&L don't just flat out get a tier 3 tower there is that that fight was like 5 on 8, I think. There were 2 buybacks. One of the heroes that died early respawned again, and I think died again. And they still won in numbers, I think, all in all in terms of kills. So, yeah, this is...
Oh, Bambo.
Bambo
this
wants
the
to give them a gem. Fair enough. Here you go.
Alrighty.
Looking for the dewarding, but there's one thing he can't counter with that, and that is, of course,
4 heroes.
Smoky Deceit. 4 heroes. Yeah.
That was, yeah, so Bambo, as you said, giving away the gem. So part of the bigger plan, though, I'm sure, in Bambo's mind. He's like, he intended for that to happen. No, I mean, the fact as well, Swift ending in that last fight, he really turned it up. And now he's got an SMY on top of the helm and the blink, 1900 gold as well. the Sven, and the fact that this sniper, Pycat, looking so damn scary as well. 3 kills, 10 assists. Only died the once. And they've found Yawar.
He's got 2k gold. I mean, he's making progress, and now he's losing that progress.
But he's dead. Not a lot to be said, really.
I'm surprised they don't keep Biryu closer to him. Okay, he went Midas.
Okay. It worked for him in the Morphling game.
Yeah, that was a different type of game, Owen. This is not the Morphling game.
Gosh, it wasn't better than this, was it, in the Morphling game? I guess probably.
It was
slightly better.
Big lot better.
Could be it, though. It could be the item. We may very well be eating our words when Yawar wins this game with the Midas. We'll have to see. 24 minutes.
All right. Let me make this clear. If Yawar wins this game, or if DC wins this game, it is not because of the Midas. It's because of the throws. There is no other explanation at this point to why they would win this game.
Talking about throws.
Oh, boy.
Can you throw it any deeper? DC getting caught out in the roast pit. Nice Mystic Cloud to Saxa. Saxa might go down, in fact, and actually, DC aren't looking too awful here. They know with the mech as well. They've lost anyone. They've found a kill. They might just find Bambo. The assassinate from Pycat will clear out the Venge, but they do kill the Night Stalker. So 1 for 2 so far, but Pycat is just ho-hoing and ha-haing from the back lines. He's on a double kill, and now it's going to be the TP out from Yawar. Bulba trying to retreat down. Hasn't got a TP himself. Will purchase up the Blink and the TP. Will offer himself up to the gods as it's a triple kill for Pycat. And, well, TC and Yawar do escape, and that wasn't the worst fights for DC that we've seen this game since.
No. It's... The reason that fight goes as well as it does is that Lion is the one to scout the Roche Pit. He runs in, gets an Earth Spike off, gets silenced by Skywrath, and that's the end of his fight. So essentially, he gets a 2-man stun, and then the fight is a 5-on-4. Then they have the Night Stalker running in pretty much on his own with no backup in the beginning of the fight. He has 3 or 4 heroes on him for a good 15 or 20 seconds until it dies because he's so tanky. If that is more organized as an engage by the Radiant, if they're not scared that Roshan is already dead when they go in there, they just group up as 5 and run in. It's a 5-0 fight and they get Roche. But they're making it maybe a little bit harder than it needs to be here, but they still, at the end of the day, they still win the fight and defend the Roche. Even with mediocre execution there, they're just so far ahead, there's so much space.
BKB now complete for Swift Ending. Pycat. 2,000 gold in the bank at the moment, and Dwight, he's only 300 away from that MKB. 25 minutes in. It is pretty much the legendary Pycat sniper that we're seeing in action here. And if they do take the game, what a way it would be to do so as well. Pycat on this hero. And
Because of that last fight, just those 2 kills, he is actually back to the gold he had when he bought the Midas. He got that back really quickly from that last fight, so at least now he can progress with his item build. The thing is, he hadn't bought the Midas, just saved his gold. He could have had a relic now, probably, instead. So, this needs to go even later than before, and just really needs to slow play this to the best of his abilities in order to make it count.
And if they do from this kind of position, it's certainly going to be impressive. Oh, here we go. Mid lane Yawar. Going out Pycat. Out Swift Ending, just waiting for someone to overstep the mark. And at this point, they're going to move around in the smoke, TC. Looking towards the pit. They might catch Bambo here. If they can find Bambo, that's going to be a tasty pickoff, and straight in we go. Horn out as well. Mystic Flare. Bambo's trapped up, and that's a big kill. Removing the Night Stalker from the fight. Maybe just finding some more. Biryu trying to chase it down with the dust as well. They found EGM. They're going to get a swap onto Saxa. Looking for the easier kills first. But no, he gets the finger out, in fact. Massive Venomous Gale, though. A bit Bulba and TC are dropping, though. It didn't matter. They've already lost the Veno. Now with the Primal Split, but just getting cleaved the hell out by Swift Ending. Just ends the Pro Master. Wicked sick for Pycat. And Owie's left to TP out. On the plus side for DC, Yawar doesn't die, but again, it just can't fight into 4 Clovers.
I knew Swift Ending was hitting hard, but he like 4-shot the Bruise Split, or 5-shot it. I didn't think he was that strong just yet with God Strength, but it is a level 3 ultimate. He hits so ridiculously hard. And yeah, you're right, Spectre survived again, so he's up to 3k now.
He's getting there.
They got that one kill on Bambo early, and that one went to the Spectre. The Lion kill was claimed by Skywrath, but of course he does get an assist every single time with the Haunt. It's going to be Roche and Aegis for the Radiant. And despite their best efforts here, DC, this is tough still. They're holding on pretty admirably here.
Bambo. He's heading straight for your what? He's not going to be able to dive this one shot. Nah, he's just giving him a void on the back. But in terms of, I mean, breaking the base for the side of 4 Clover, do DC have the high ground defensive potential to hold them back, do you feel?
No.
I think that tier 3 falling, yeah, pretty much answers that question. Now
if they don't split, they can't hold. This Rax is gone.
Done. Mystic Flares well onto Swift Ending, but the damage is incredibly negligible, and that's going to be the range Rax going down in the mid. Clovers turn their attention towards the melee as well. They will find it, so a full set of Rax now being taken away from the side of Digital Chaos. Well, 3,400 gold. The wraparound's going to come. He's going to need to TP out here. There's no way he can stay in lane. And if he does so, he's certainly going to be incredibly dead as 4 Heroes making a beeline for him. In comes Bambo. They're smoked up as well for that extra speed. And Yuan will go into the tree line here, but no! The stun through the trees and the finger as well. They found him and they take him down. Swift Ending getting the final touch there onto the Spectre. And Jawar just hanging around a little bit too long on that bottom lane.
I think Yawar got surprised with how fast they got there, and that's because they used the smoke. And he has to play this greedy right now for farm, where he almost overextends every single time. We're talking a few seconds. He needs to always retreat at the right time to get even remotely close to the items he needs at this point. So I don't blame him for it. He just got caught off guard by the movement speed.
There we go, the slow siege. Pike sitting on the back lines, and whoa! He's on the back, but Swift Ending, he's in the front, straight in. The swap not doing an awful lot. Bulba still going to die, and Bambo trying to move in. Will get Ancient sealed up and out. Owie trying to turn it with Biryu, but there's a Pikecat hooing and ha-haing for the sidelines. That's going to be a second one down. Now TC, whoa! Can't even get off the split. The Hex is there. TC to fall. And Owie's going to die in the base as Pikecat sits there on his godlike streak. GG is called, and 4 Clovers are the Elimination Mode champions, Cinderin.
Yeah, they've just... I think in every series in this tournament, they've just proven themselves to be the strongest team in the tournament, all in all. Like, their drafting versatility, the way they play aggressively with a vast majority of heroes, they've been really, really solid overall, and it's no big surprise for me that they win today either. I think DC didn't seem extremely hot in their series against Root. Even though they did win, I think it was also just Root with some really iffy picks and plays. So once they meet a team of this caliber right now, it does show that 4 Clovers they're really hot right now. It's not just in this tournament. I think they're just looking good overall, have a good idea of how they want to play the game and how they coordinate their plays and set up their drafts. So good job to them. Well-deserved victory, and I'm just curious to see how they do going onward from this. They might have been inspired to do a couple of things with this tournament as well, hopefully.
Absolutely. I think it's been a fantastic thing, and thank you, of course, as always, Cinderella, for casting.